Somewhere at the end of the galaxy, two friends were about to say goodbye.
What's wrong? Danger.
Until the forces of evil threatened their lives.
Don't look back, just run fast, run.
And together, they face an incredible adventure beyond imagination.
There's no escape for you, my little one.
Must have hope. Must escape.
Come to me, my little one.
Danger, Noah. Danger.
You and your friends will be doomed.
Teek.
In the tradition of Return of the Jedi comes an action-packed motion picture for the entire family to enjoy.
If you can buy me some time, we just might have a chance.
A space-age fantasy daily variety praised for its superb special effects, clashes of near-epic proportions, and imagination run rampant.
You let her go!
It's a tale of good versus evil, starring Cocoon's Wilford Brimley, and a heroic clan of lovable creatures that will warm your heart.
Oh, Wicket. You're my very best friend. Best friend. Best friend.
Ewoks, The Battle for Endor, from MGM UA Home Video.
Splash, bub. Da 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 da. Bub bub da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Boo 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 boo. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello, welcome to Movie Uppers. My name is Bob Sham.
I am Angela.
And the sounds here may be dogs. We are deep into our month theme of Force, where we're watching all Star Wars movies in chronological order. We're discussing every feature film and made-for-TV film, and we're going to finish up our made-for-TV trilogy, which involves the Star Wars Holiday Special, Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure from '84, and the final one here, Ewoks, The Battle for Endor. We sat through the very mediocre Caravan of Courage. That Mace kid was really annoying. But a year later, Ewoks, The Battle for Endor aired in 1985, directed by Ken and Jim Wheat, written by Ken Wheat, Jim Wheat, and based on a story by George Lucas, starring Warwick Davis, Aubrey Miller, Wilford Brimley, Sian Phillips, Carol Stroiken, aired on November 24th, 1985. On ABC. The kid, the little girl, Cindel, is a little bit older. It looks like Mace went through a little bit of a growth spurt.
Maybe. We don't see him for long.
But it opens up on these dudes straight up attacking the Ewok village. All of Cindel's whole family fucking gets killed, including Mace. The most annoying part of Caravan of Courage. Mace gets killed. But we don't see it on screen. We can't have like a,
No, because it was like a Thanksgiving family film. They're not going to show you the death.
I know Mace was so fucking annoying, right? But after Caravan of Courage is like, he ain't shit. Kill him.
I mean, he had like one line. His only thing was like, Cindel, get out of here. Go find Dad.
Yeah. And they really just tossed that kid aside. Like, they could have at least given him like some some sweet moment saying goodbye to his sister, because the dad
That's
had
true.
that.
The dad did
and the
have
dad
that.
wasn't even played by the same guy that was in the previous movie.
No, and this guy, I don't know who he is, but he's familiar. So he's like someone who got hired to have this moment.
When the moment should be the brother.
You don't even see the mom's face. She's laying face down.
Nah, she's dead. These groups of orc-looking dudes are raiding, and there's a lady that can turn into a crow.
Yeah, they steal the power core from the ship that Cindel's dad was working on, and he starts yelling at the dad like, "Where's your power?
Unlock
Where's the power?"
Yeah.
And yeah, they end up injuring the dad, and Cindel runs to Wicket, and he does say that. He's like, "Go to Deej, go to Wicket, they will take care of you." And she does, and now she's obviously very sad, but Wicket tells her, "Wicket's your family now."
Tarak is the name of the leader of these goons.
Tarak.
But they fucking kill everyone and like kidnap a bunch more Ewoks.
Yeah. And the bird lady, she also buys into this like power thing. How the fuck did she get to this planet?
I have a
Because she
theory.
acts like she doesn't know anything about space travel.
I have a theory that her original form is the bird form.
Okay, that makes it way more interesting.
I don't know how the magic ring shows up, but she seems no less like the villains here are dumb as shit.
They're so dumb.
She's really not that much smarter. I thought
She's
maybe
like-
she would double agent this shit or something, but no.
I know. She's like waving her hands and like saying magic words over this power core.
Yeah, and it's doing
so
nothing.
dumb.
It's doing nothing.
But so basically, they kidnap or they capture a bunch of the Ewoks and also Cindel and Wicket. And Cindel and Wicket get away.
Right.
But he says, you need to find that little girl or I'm going to kill you because the woman's like, oh, she must know the secret of the power. She's a little girl.
Yeah, they drop out of the prison thing because they're so small. They drop from the bottom.
Yeah,
but
it's like a covered wagon.
But people walk right over. Like these dudes have no peripheral
They're so
vision
dumb. They cannot,
at all. They
yeah,
can't really see anything like straight this way.
And it works to the Ewoks' favor multiple times in this movie. That these guys can't turn their heads or something.
So Cindel and Wicket are cute little kids, one human, one Ewok, wandering through the forest, and they find like a little hut.
No, before they find the hut, they meet Teek. So there's this little guy who's almost like, he's like this little like sort of monkey-ish creature, but he moves really fast.
He's the Flash. He's Quicksilver, the Flash.
Yeah, he
or
moves
whatever.
like the Flash, kind of rascally, and he's kind of teasing them. And then Wicket's gonna like hit him because he's real mad. He's like, he's trouble. And Cindel's like, no, maybe he can help us find food. And so he takes them to this seemingly abandoned, very, very dirty, rundown hut.
I thought it looked kind of nice for what it was.
I did too, but they really think it's been abandoned. It was very like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because they come in and Cindel's like, well, maybe we could clean it and we could live here.
They find food there. She makes food.
She makes porridge.
It's the home of a man named Wilford Brimley. Maybe you've heard of him.
If you want to find Wilford Brimley, make porridge.
I'm going over to that stove and get me some more soup. Whatever you do, you stay right where you are.
He loves oatmeal. This is kind of a younger Wilford Brimley.
He's probably like our age here. But he plays a character called Noah Bricklon.
Noah.
Noah. And he's very gruff and he's trying to kick them out. But it's one of those like, I'm very angry, but I'm a really nice guy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, get the heck out of here. And then he goes and makes them beds.
And Wilford Brimley is like, now I know what I would look like if I were in Star Wars. And I lived out in the woods. He gets buttered up by the cute little girl and the little Ewok child.
They pick cherries and make him cherry pies. We don't know where that butter or the flour.
Yeah, we were just curious about
sugar.
what the butter is.
There's probably some honey. There are all kinds of earth animals on Endor.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that in Caravan. They have them all.
They have like emu? Is it an emu?
Llama.
Chickens, the fancy kind.
So, the Star Wars takes place long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Where they got ferrets.
And they have ferrets. A long time ago in ancient times, this is my theory, that someone in an arked a bunch of livestock to Earth in ancient times before recorded history. and just let them run, just let them loose.
They figured out how to...
We are actually the descendants of the humans of this galaxy.
That makes so much sense.
That's the thing I just made up.
I think that's actually what really happened.
Fan fiction. So we're looking at our ancestors when we're watching Star Wars, right?
Do we need to join that Jedi religion?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's old school. Documenteers era, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Someone from that documentary was trying to contact me and goading me for an interview by calling me a wimp or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
But have fun with your Jedi faith. Because Mace gets killed, this is automatically better than Caravan of Courage. And I will give it credit. It's a little bit more refined, just slightly. Like, it's still...
The script is much better.
There's still some goofy-ass shit. Oh, there's, like, hang glider shit. And early on with Cindel. And, it all looks definitely made for TV, right? But I do like Teek. He's kind of cute.
Teek is adorable.
I'm never going to be complaining about no Wilford Brimley, but...
No way.
And
the relationships with them. It's so good. Those four. But
we make a connection here in that Wilford is on this planet. Noah is his character's name. He crashed here with a friend, and his friend left to go find a power source. Come to find out, Salat got kidnapped by Tarak and his legion of monsters.
And he basically was like, what are you fucking doing on my planet? And the guy was like, I'm looking for the power source. Tarak made this whole thing around the fact that this guy was looking for a power source for his ship. He didn't really connect that it was for a ship. He just thought it was magic.
Yeah, because they're dumb. They're incredibly stupid. Noah hears that
years ago.
Hears that they're looking for a source, or he catches wind, so he knows, that there actually is a power source for his ship that has been stuck in this part near his hut for a long time.
And so they basically are like, we got to go for multiple reasons. Well, they kidnap Cindel. That's why they go because... So the woman who's the crow hears Cindel sing this lovely song that her mother used to sing to her, to Wilford Brimley, about a star.
Mein Stern, der bleibt bei mir und führt mich durch die Nacht. Mein Stern, der wacht über mich und füllt mein Traum mit Licht.
And so she turns herself, she reverse Wicked Stepmothers it, where she looks beautiful and lovely, and she lures her into the woods with this song, and there's this white horse, and then as soon as she gets close, she turns into her evil self, and her horse turns black, and she scoops up Cindel and carries her off. So now she's locked up with the Ewoks. So, and then he's mad at the woman because the kid can't make the magic. And so then the woman's locked up too. So Wilford Brimley and Wicket are like, okay.
And Teek.
They're like, okay, we have to go save them. So the three of them go, and there's some crazy shit. There's this moat that will kill you.
Yeah, it's like an acid moat or something's in it.
Wicket, swim.
Oh, no, you don't swim. Here, take a look at this.
Yeah.
But the way that they play up, getting up onto this castle, which I'm convinced that these villainous creatures, just occupied the castle. I don't think they built it. There's a logic to how they managed to get up there. They get they grappling hook, they climb up, and they tie it to an orc dude and throw him over while it's wrapped around Noah, and he gets lifted up.
Pulley.
And it's actually kind of a sharp little... This movie is not too bad.
It's not bad at all.
It's far from perfect.
We've seen way worse.
It's way better. It's better than Caravan of Courage for sure.
100.
But this one's not that bad.
No.
But they managed to get in there, and thanks to how stupid everyone is, he does manage to... But they get chased, right? There's all kinds of...
They get chased.
Chasing and romping.
But before they get chased...
Ewoks shooting with blasters and shit because they get freed.
Well, and so Wicket is standing on top of Wilford Brimley's shoulders, and Teek is under a robe. Teek goes and steals a robe. They walk through this room in front of all of these people, and they're all just so dumb.
They have no peripheral vision.
A few of them kind of look, but they don't give it a second glance.
They're just someone in a robe.
He was taller than them even.
Just some lumpy person in a robe. Nothing unusual here.
With 4 legs.
So there is some conceptual leaps here.
There's this cute part where Teek runs into the room where everyone's held prisoner so he can steal the keys. And he gets the keys, but his hand gets stuck. So he does this thing where he very quickly steals a card and puts it in the bad guy's sleeve. So the person he's playing cards with thinks he's cheating, and they kill each other. Then they go unlock all the gates.
They're so much smarter than all these people. So they escape, but
they leave the bitch behind.
But Tarak, he's chasing, but he does let the lady out. After she turns into a bird, he steals the ring and puts it around his neck. So then it's a big battle back at the Ewok village, the Battle for Endor, as it's called.
Well, it's at the ship because Noah got the power source, and so they go to his ship to try to power up the ship because then they can shoot.
We don't see much of the bird lady anymore. We just see her flying around, but there's nothing more to her. But the Ewoks, it's great training for fighting the Empire here.
A couple of them even got into the gun seats and killed some people.
But someone takes a slingshot,
Wicket,
and whacks Tarak right in the gym, and I guess it breaks the gym and unleashes a power that essentially cooks him or something, or just mummifies him or
yeah, he basically
shit.
Turned into a statue, kind of.
And it's kind of like, yeah, sure.
Why not?
Sure, why not? So then we get a sad goodbye with Wilford Brimley and Cindel and Wilford. Cindel and Noah are going to go off now since they can power his ship. He's her new father, essentially. And it's sad goodbyes as Cindel says goodbye to Wicket, and Wilford says goodbye to Teek.
What do I say to you, friend? You're a sweet spirit. I love you and I'm going to miss you.
And I don't know why Teek had to stay, but he stayed.
Teek's from Endor.
Wicket stays
and
because his family's there.
And he can hang out with the Ewoks.
But he can hang out with the Ewoks, but he seems to be the only one. And Cindel promises to come back and visit them. And I think there is a lost storyline here where you could have a grown-up Cindel, just like in the new trilogy. It doesn't have to be a main character.
There are a lot of books. I'm curious if there's some kind of short story
where she goes back
about
or she becomes part of the rebellion.
Yeah. Well, the rebellion should be wrapping up
that's
not
true.
long after this movie, because it pretty much goes right into Return of the this is the story of Cindel and her family on Endor. Encompasses the whole year between Empire and Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
So it's about to wrap up, but there are new trilogies down the road.
Yeah.
They're really bad at preventing the Empire from just coming back.
Well, I'm going to be looking around for a curly-headed girl with a headband.
Yeah.
Just in case.
We need to get some Cindel fan fiction up in here.
She could be working on one of those ships.
Or she could be like, maybe I like the Empire or the New Order as it would become.
Is she Brienne of Tarth?
You mean the chick in the tall?
Does she grow up into her?
I forget what her name is.
I forget what she is too, but
yeah, we never see her face, so maybe that means she gets big as shit. Anyway, Ewoks: The Battle for Endor from 1985, directed by Kim and Jen Wheat. We're gonna rate it now. What do you give The Battle for Endor?
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
That is really high.
I loved it. I thought it was fun. I thought Wilford Brimley was lovely. Teek is one of my favorite characters ever. I didn't remember how much I loved him until he came onto the screen, and I wasn't disappointed. Okay,
well, I was going to go 2.75, but you went so high that I'm going 2.5.
Okay.
So that's 6. I think that's higher than most scores on this for sure. Here at 6, a sleeper surprise. Is that what you call it? A surprise ranking for Ewoks: The Battle for Endor. It is better than episode 1. I mean, it might be.
I think it is.
I think episode 1 is more memorable, but Ewoks: The Battle for Endor by Ken and Jim Wheat from 1985 is 6, sharing the rankings with Cocaine Bear. This movie had its own little cocaine bears.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
This makes sense.
The Jerry Lewis film, The Ladies' Man.
Mm-hmm.
And Live and Let Die, the James Bond movie. It's at least as good as those movies.
I think that makes sense.
If not better, it's up to you. So that does it for the Ewok movies. So our made-for-TV trilogy is in the can, all right? So I think we're going to, in a later episode, maybe tomorrow for Return of the Jedi, we're going to bust out our averages of the prequels before we go into the final week for the Disney-era trilogy. And it's going to be a mixed bag, I think. But like, subscribe, leave a comment. We like that. Check the show notes for links, other places to find us. And we'll see you very soon for Return of the Jedi.
Jar Jar is the key to all of this.